the temple and they said the old ladies and all, no, they are also coming and talking in English. We are proud of you, you know. So old ladies, you know, talking in English, whom I knew for the past 20 years. So that was a change. Good society is improving. But our children are going haywire. Our children are going haywire. And they need to be yoked to the right things. So I'm working on you people so that you work on the community, on the members and the children and everybody.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yes.
That's our promise.
Yes. And we have our 18 days Paryushan program coming up for the Jaina. And Prabha Munot from US, she's our Paramagam alumni and she's in the committee. She's in the coordinating committee. So she's arranging things. So I'll be delivering 6 lectures over there. And we have Dev Kumar Chakravarti sir, Jayantilal sir, Kirit Bhai, Swanubhuti ji and others also doing the lectures over there. So we'll send you the link. You all try to join in.
Sure, ma'am.
It will be in the morning, India time, 6 to 7:30. And lot of 18 children also will be making their presentations. So we'll be doing the Bara Bhavna and 6 other topics, 18 days. So again, revision of what we are studying over here. Okay. Yeah. So I'll request you all to do Paryushan Seva. Paryushan 10 Lakshan 18 days in the temple or wherever it is, go and do Swadhyay. Take a group of 10 people and take a text and start doing the Swadhyay, 10 Lakshan book or whatever it is, no? At least 4-5 people you teach, aapka revision ho jayega. Right. So wherever you are, do seva, do service, share the knowledge, do dharma katha. You have got enough of vachna. You're in the class, you have done the prachna. At home, you're doing the parivartana during the exam time and all. Anupreksha you're doing. Now it's the time to do a little bit of, when you do dharma katha to others, indirectly you're doing to yourself also. So let that quotient grow now. Okay, dear. Yeah, anybody has any questions, doubts? I'll wait for a minute. Prayer has been done. Do the prayer, children. Anybody coming forward? Shobha madam can do it. Moksha Margasya Netaram. Or the Mokshamarg Prakashak Manglacharan. All of you take that. Every time do that. Learn new Manglacharans every semester. Start, Shobha madam. Or anybody, Saurabh sir. Anybody. Anybody can do it. I explained the meaning in the last class, yes. Anybody can
I'll start, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
Mangalamay Mangal Karan Vitarag Vigyan Namo Tahi Jate Bhaye Arhantadi Mahan Kari Mangal Kari Ho Maha Granth Karan Hoka जाते मिले समाज सब पावे निज पद राज.
She dropped it. Yes, dear. Now the 3rd chapter, Manglacharan, please.
So निज भाव सदा सुखद अपना करो प्रकाश जो बहुविधि भव दुख निकाओ करी है सत्तानाश.
Okay, good. Some rag here and there, otherwise pronunciation is good. So, friends, we are doing the 3rd chapter of Mokshamarg Prakashak, in which it is that chapter is divided into mainly 2 sections, Sansar Dukh and Moksha Sukh. Under Sansar Dukh, we have 3 sections. From the karma perspective, you have to understand Sansar Dukh. Then Paryay perspective, you have to understand Sansar Dukh. And then you have a general understanding of Dukh based on the desires. Okay, and then Moksha Sukh. So we have been, I think this is we are in the 3rd or 4th week of 3rd week, I think. Yeah. So first week we did the introduction. Second week we did the general understanding of Dukh. And then I started with the Sansar Dukh and its root cause in karmas. The root cause is Mithya Darshan, Agyan and Asayam. So Mithya Darshan is Darshan ka opposite, Agyan is Gyan ka opposite, and Asayam is Charitra ka opposite. Charitra is nothing but Sayam. Samyak Yama. So Samyak Yama is Sanyama, Sanjama, and Yama means 5 Mahavratas. So what to say? A firm resolution to practice the 5 great vows is Yama. And it should be Samyak. That means it should be preceded by right faith and right knowledge. Only then it is Yama. Clear? So we understood that the root cause of suffering is Mithya Darshan, Gyan and Asayam. We finished up to page number 47 of the Hindi book. Understood? Now I'll be continuing from page number 47. Niche se second paragraph. Have you all fixed the page? In English, what is the page? I think it should be 48 or something. Please check 48 or 49. What should they do that from that paragraph? Am I right? From there we have to do. So what we are discussing is, the first thing is they are going to tell us Jnanavaran and Darshanavaran. Kshayopsham. How the Kshayopsham? I hope you all understand Kshayopsham. Partial subsidence, partial destruction is called Kshayopsham. Of what? That we will study later on. Of Mohniya Karma only. Okay, but here you have to understand that Kshayopsham is of 2 types. I told you in the last class. One of Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya Karma and one of Mohniya Karma. Now your Mohniya is subsided. Then your Gyan Darshan quotient increases. But if your Mohniya is not subsided and you keep increasing not your Gyan Darshan quotient, but the Gye ka Gyan, the information of related to worldly things, then that is also Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya ka Kshayopsham. Now that Kshayopsham can be the cause of Dukh. So how to get rid of that Dukh? That they started telling us, and then they said that Indriya Gyan, Atma gets through the medium of Indriyas. So it has a desire to keep the Indriyas intact. If the Indriya Gyan becomes Shin, the Atma is affected. That is because of the Mohniya Karma. Okay, so Gyan, Darshan, Moha, they are there with the Jeev since Anadi Kal, but the Jeev has never understood the Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav. Just not understanding the Gyan, Darshan, Swabhav, Atma, we are binding Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya, Mohniya, Antara in one shot. Somebody please put the English book page number, please. Chapter 3, page number 2. I'm doing the summarization. Then I'll go to page number 3. I hope you've got the page number. You can put it on the group. Okay, so Kshayopsham Gyan. Kshayopsham means a glass of water, muddy water. When it is shaken, the mud water comes up. It is dirty fully, so that is called Uday. That water is pure soul, and the mud is that of the karmas, the bhava karma and the dravya karma. So when you shake it, that means what? That water is not potable. It is not consumable. You have to allow the mud to settle down, or you have to clear the mud. Then only that water is usable. In the same way, Atma is that, see, it is an analogy. We can explain the abstract things only through analogies, through examples, through drishtants. Okay, so the water is compared to the pure soul, the Chetana Lakshan, the Gyan Darshan Swabhav Atma. But this Gyan Darshan Swabhav is not happy with itself. So what happens? Moha develops. In the Gyan, some Gay or the other is coming. The Moha gets carried away by it. Usme ekatva, mamatva, kartritva, bhoktritva sab jud jata hai. That only is Mithya Darshan. The moment you understand, no, I am the pure soul, then it is Samyak Gyan. The Mithya Darshan goes. And now you start refraining from the Indriya Gyan. So that is Sayya. And all the 3 happen together, or they don't happen at all. Okay, so what we are doing now in the studies is understanding reality. This is not going to get you liberation. You have to sit and experience it. And that is only that practice only is called Samaik. That practice is called Upvas, etc., etc. Okay, so now they are telling ki, because when our desires don't get fulfilled, we suffer. We suffer. And then what do? We take to Artha Dhyan, Raudra Dhyan. We take to Kashay. So what they are telling is ki a person is not able to bear the pangs of desires. He's not able to bear the pangs of desires, and he is not able to know, he does not know the reality. So sometimes he will even commit suicide also. The desire is so much. For example, somebody has taken a loan of $1 million. He's not able to repay it. The desire is such that he wants to repay it, but he doesn't find the way to repay it. And people are just after his life. So what will that person do? He does not get the right gurus at that time who can tell him, wait, everything will be all right. It is only money, you can earn it and give it back. He does not. So in that frustration, in that fist of fury, no, he will even commit suicide. Okay, so here they are telling, even the Indra is the king of gods. In the Swarga, he is also very much absorbed in sense pleasures, even though he is a Samyak Drishti. But he cannot absorb in the pure soul in that Indra Paryay. So he is also absorbed in the sense pleasures, and that absorption in sense pleasures is suffering. How the Indra is absorbed there, likewise we are also absorbed in our TV, mobile, internet, Facebook, Twitter, all itna dukan bahar laga hua hai of Indriya Bhog कि a person does not know the way out, and he feels that these things are natural. To watch a movie endlessly, to watch the mobile endlessly, it is natural. Because जानना देखना जीव का स्वभाव है ना, जानना देखना जीव का स्वभाव है, तो वो जान रहा है, देख रहा है. And at the same time, he is doing rag dvesh also. So that janna dekhna with the rag dvesh is suffering. First of all, understand that it is suffering. We don't associate that with suffering. So we keep taking to it. This is only our drishtata. Drishtata means this is only our man kashai, adamant, arrogant jeev we are. Understood? Had we given up this arrogance, Srimad says, मोक्ष अय्या ही होता. अगर जीवन में मान नहीं होता, तो मोक्ष अय्या ही होता, यहीं पर होता मोक्ष. Is it clear? So I'll give you one word, write down, ego. Ego का दूसरा नाम क्या है? Ego. Ego को go कर दो. And another meaning is, write the word aham. In Hindi, write the word aham. And write the word arham. What is the difference? I can't use the board. I'm not the host. So I don't know. I don't want to tell. Please make me the host. It's your duty, team leader, to make the teacher the co-host so that she can share the board whenever she wants and not waste her energy to keep asking, make me the host, make me the host. So aham and arham, what is the difference?
Aham is me, that is I.
Hmm.
Arham is
Arhat.
Ar is the Arhat.
I and V,
enemy,
madam.
Shatru.
Yeah,
I
no,
and
I'm
V.
not asking the meaning. I'm asking the word. If you take, no, if I can put it in Hindi.
It's only a matra difference.
Only a matra, that ref, ir, R matra is different. So, aham.
I can't able to make you as a co-host. That's not, that option is not coming to me. Yeah.
See here, what I'm trying to say is this. Aham, arham. Okay. Only this one R, A-H-A-M, those who don't understand the Devanagari script, arham. So what you have to say is aham arham. Aham arham. That means what? I am Aryan. I am not Saurabh. I am not Priya. I'm not this. I'm not that. And the more and more, see, simply saying I am Arham without understanding what Arham is not going to make any use. Like a child in the drama telling I am the king, I am the king, I am the king, wearing the mukut and wearing all that attire, he says I am the king. You understand? So drama, it is all drama. So this is called nikshep, visualization. So how arhats are sitting? Sit like that. How arhats are quiet? Be quiet. How arhats are looking inwards? You also look inwards. So the arhat in you will manifest. Understood? Understood, dear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose there is a call from your place. घर से call था. मेरे phone पे.
So what is the meaning of Arham then?
Arham means arhat only. Arhat, arhat. Arham, arhat, arihant, aruhant, arohant. There are many words, you know. So arham
The
is Sanskrit.
one who destroys enemies. Is it?
Yeah. Arham means the most magnificent pure soul. Arham means the majestic, the one with the infinite knowledge, vision, splendor, magnificent, pure soul is Arham. So my pure soul is magnificent. Trikal, it is the Gyayak. There's not an iota of more Ragvesh in it. And believe in it, know it as it is, and absorb in it. 48 minutes, Antar Muhurat, you practice that. Without the intervention of Man, Vachan, Kaya, that awareness of the Gyayak Bhav will lead to Keval Gyan. So that will happen when there is Mohaniyaka Upsham on one side and Swaruchi on the other side. From the Karma angle, it is Mohaniyaka Upsham. From the Atma angle, it is interest of the Atma, by the Atma, in the Atma, for the Atma. Understood? Chalu aage. So
Yes, ma'am.
here it says.
Ma'am,
so,
how will it be Upsham, ma'am? It should be Shaik of Mohniya, no?
So first of all, this Mohniya Karma is like a mountain. See, I'll give you one example here. The lion is there. It is roaring. Now, is it easy for you to capture it? So what do? You tranquilize the lion. You tranquilize the lion. Now it is sleeping. Now you can cage it. So our Mohaniya is the lion that is always roaring. Now by our Swadhyay, we have tranquilized the Moha. So that is called Upsham. And the more and more you are in the heightened awareness of the pure soul, the Moha will become Kshay and Upsham. Kshay Upsham of Moha will take place. Then it will be Kshay. This is the procedure of destroying the Mohaniya Karma. So first, realization of the pure soul will help you to get rid of the 7 kinds of... one second. Hello, sorry, there was a disturbance. So you have the 7 divisions of the Anantanubandhi Kashay. Clear? So those 7 need to be checked first. Only then the complete Charitra Mohaniya will go. When it goes, Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya, Antaray will drop. All that happens from the 4th Gunasthan to the 12th Gunasthan. And then the 13th Gunasthan emerges. Got it, Shobha madam? Okay, chalo. So now they have given one example of a person who is having the itching sensation. So the more you keep on itching, the more you will want to keep on itching. Because once you've stopped itching that place, there will be a kind of a, kya bole? Sensation. Sensation hota hai, which is a burning sensation. So here they are telling that what to say, that itching is nothing but the cravings for the sense pleasures, sensual and sexual pleasures. Okay, and the more you take to them, the more will be the burning desire to enjoy. But once you try to give them up, again there will be a burning desire. So at the time of enjoying the pleasures, it is burning sensation. Before enjoying them, the desire is the burning sensation. And after you have enjoyed them, the craving for it is there to enjoy more. But your Indriya Shakti is seemit. So you can't continuously enjoy one sense pleasure. You keep changing and you keep enjoying. For what will happen if 24/7 we watch the mobile or the TV? Your eyes will go off. You know, it is like you go for a function and you eat some sweets. Your body says enough. We don't want more. 1 or 2 or 3 pieces you have, it says no, enough. That means muh aa jata na, bas ho gaya. Then what do? You take some savories. And now meetha hai, then you take some charka. Now savories also, you have taken 2-3 morsels. So body will say enough. You are supposed to stop with that. But what do? Now you go for more sweets. Now sweets are enough. Again, you go for the same. Like that, you keep stuffing yourself. You understand? And then what happens? You get diabetes or you get some other health complications or whatever it is. So it's all because of not knowing the correct way of living, correct way of using the senses, etc. etc. Okay. So Pida so now very nicely is telling, Bhagwan never enjoys any sensual pleasures. Why? Because he is so full and complete inside. We are not full and complete inside. We are incomplete. We are suffering inside. And so we go for the sensual pleasures, thinking that we will be happy, enjoying them. So here he's telling, if you are not suffering inside, why you are desiring the pleasures? You are suffering, no, inside. The desire is there, no, for craving. So that is making you go behind the sensual pleasures and go from darkness to more darkness. So the last 2 lines on page number 47, very, very, very important. Please note down. What does it say? That whatever kshayopsham of Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya is happening, it is all Indriya Gyan. It's all Indriya Gyan. Through our Indriyas, we know many types of music, many types of scenes, many types of technology, Gyan, this Gyan. Anything other than Atma Gyan is Mati Agyan, Indriya Gyan. Because Mati Gyan happens through the medium of senses and mind. So it's all Indriya Gyan. Now, the soul has Mithya Darshan, etc. Because of that Nimit, the desires are also there. So this is equal to suffering. This is equal to the cause of suffering. So how many components are at work? Mohaniya karma is at work. Mithya darshan is at work. Indriya gyan is at work. Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran, Kshayopsham is at work. Suffering is at work. But when Jnanavarna, Darshanavarna, Kshayopsham is there and Mithya darshan is not there, Samyak darshan is there, that is equal to Sukh. That will lead to understanding what real peace, happiness is. That is the meaning of page number 47. Now I will try to go to 48. They say that you matlab the jeev tries to get rid of suffering and it has the desire to go after the sense pleasures. And it wants to keep all the senses perfect, strong, fit and fine. You know? If there's a problem in the ears, you can't hear, immediately you go and get a machine. Problem in the eyes, you go and get specs. And likewise, you keep treating your 5 senses. You have a dentist problem, immediately you go and try to fix your tooth so that you can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat forever. Okay, so likewise. So they say that, what to say? Vastradi, clothes, etc., food, etc., smell, etc., and ornaments, etc., music, etc. All these Sanyog. Sanyog means we have access to all these five sense pleasures. Still, the desire for them is ever intact. How beautifully he is going to tell you. See here, there is one girl who is newly married, and in her mother's place, maternal place, she was brought up with lot of love and care, and she did not do any work and everything. They only pampered her and all those things. She was very loved and taken care of everything. But once she has gone to her in-laws place, she has to do all the work. No servants, no proper kitchen, no proper bedroom, no proper anything. Nobody to take care of her. Nobody to even ask her, did you have your food or not? Now tell me, this girl is suffering or not? She'll be sitting in one corner and crying. Why she's crying? The memories of her father's place haunt her. Oh my God, there I was so well taken care of. You know, here nobody is there to take care of me. Why did I only get married, etc., etc., etc. So all girls generally, when they go to Sasral, they sit in a corner and cry. The husband may take notice of it, or even he may not take notice of it. And she's always yearning to go back to her mother's place. Permanently, nahi to temporarily, on and off, she wants to. You understand? So what is the cause of her suffering now? Memory. Memory. You must have also gone for world tour. Now you don't have the money to go. Then those memories will haunt you. No, I went to Europe, I went to Switzerland, I had a nice time with my friends. My school days were fun, my college days were fun, my childhood was fun. Now I have to slog so much, I have to work hard so much, blah, 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 blah. So why we are suffering? Memories. But you know what? We go for a nice picnic. We take a lot of photos. We come back, we look at the album. Aha, I had a nice time. Again, good memories. Understood? You saw a good movie. You saw some good things. So memories. So those memories, sometimes they are the cause of happiness. Sometimes they're cause of suffering. Clear? Got it? So this Gyan, this is all memory is also Smriti. Smriti is a form of Mati Gyan. Right? Smriti is also a form of Mati Gyan. So that can be Sukh. Okay. Now what they are telling, very nicely Panditji is raising a question. So, because of the Nimitt of Mohaniya Karma, the Jnanavarnya, Darshanavarnya, Kshapsham is there, no? So he's telling, okay, Jnanavarnya, Darshanavarnya, Uday, because of that Uday, you're not able to know things. You're not able to know things. So not knowing things should be the cause of suffering. That is the question. For that, the answer Panditji is giving, if not knowing is the cause of suffering, then even a stone and a table should be suffering, because they are also not knowing many things. But they don't suffer, no? So whether you know things or you don't know things, that is not the cause of your suffering. You don't know how knowing works, how Gyan mein Anand hai. You don't know that. That is Darshan Moha. And in the presence of this Darshan Moha, whatever Charitra you take to is also wrong only. Because you don't know the engineering of the soul. You don't know the DNA of the soul. You don't know the mechanism of the soul. You don't know how that machine works. You understand? So here he says, if not knowing is the cause of suffering, then even Pudgal should be suffering. But the root cause of suffering is not knowing, is not ignorance, it is desire. All desires spring from unfulfillment inside and ignorance of the pure soul. So that desire is the cause of suffering, and this desire comes because of Kshapsham. See, you and I have 5 senses, so we will have 5 senses ka desires. Some Nigodh Jeev, not some Nigodh, some Jeev have only 1 sense. So they have only desire related to 1 sense. 2 senses. So they have desire related to 2 senses. So the more senses you have, the more desires you have, the more suffering you have. But the senses are there even for Aryan Bhagwan, no? Body is there even for Aryan Bhagwan, but inside, no desires, desirelessness. Huh. आओ जय जिनेंद्र बोलो सबको, सबको जय जिनेंद्र बोलो. कम जय जिनेंद्र बोला नहीं. आओ जल्दी जल्दी सबको जय जिनेंद्र बोलो. जय जिनेंद्र. इधर इधर
Jai Jinendra Trida.
सबके लिए
जय जिनेंद्र.
ताली बजाएं. सबको
जय
हाथी
जिनेंद्र.
जय जिनेंद्र त्रिदा.
तो हाथी कैसे करना?
सबको गुड मॉर्निंग.
गुड मॉर्निंग. चलो बस.
चलो अच्छा.
She needs
So,
a
ma'am,
mobile.
it is the desire to know this engineering of soul is suffering, right?
Yes, that is also suffering. But this suffering is to get release from all other kinds of suffering. This desire, if it is a desire only, then it is suffering. But you have the desire and you fulfill that desire, you enter into the palace of happiness. So initially the desire to study, this is called prashasta desire. This is the boat which will drop when you enter into the realm of awakening. Got it? This is the boat that will ferry you. But first
Can
you
we
have to
say-
fix your goal. You have to fix your goal that desirelessness is my nature. Yes. Sure.
Can
sorry.
we say this is active suffering and the other one is passive suffering?
I would say this is passive suffering and all the other is active suffering, because that will increase more suffering.
Ma'am, this is also active suffering. Any suffering is active. There is no such thing as passive suffering. Suffer means it is active, no?
No, no, no.
My point
is
of
a
view
process.
was,
One second, Saurabh, just wait. See, one fan, I switch on the fan is running. It is running to be more active. Then I switch off the fan. Now the fan is running. For what it is running?
To stop.
Stop. So likewise, these desires we have to understand the soul, the engineering of the soul is the fan, that is the switch we have switched off, and it is running and it will eventually stop. Eventually, even that desire will stop. Provided you have fixed your goal correctly. So I say this is passive. See how you look at it, that's all words, you know. Bolo.
This analogy is really nice, ma'am.
Huh?
This fan analogy is really fantastic for that. Fantastic explanation, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, Padma Priya, for the feedback. Yes, Saurabh, bolo,
Yeah.
kya bolna?
what I was trying to say was this being active is when you're experiencing that suffering to end the suffering is when I was trying to say it was active suffering. And the other one I was saying passive suffering because we were looking at them as being suffering but never accepted as suffering.
You
we
can
still-
take it that way. How you interpret active and passive, that makes a difference. You can look
Okay,
at
ma'am.
it. So
Ma'am,
one
and-
suffering is there which will lead to more and more suffering. And one suffering is there which will get released from all suffering. Like when you're having a disease, you go to the doctor. You have a desire to go to the doctor. But by the desire, so that you get rid of the suffering. The doctor helps you. With the help of the doctor, you follow the treatment and get rid of the suffering. Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, I had one question. Parasya.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is every desire craving, and therefore is, and if every craving is sinful, therefore every desire is sinful, right?
See here, take these two things, punya and pap. All kinds of desire for pap are suffering. You may have a desire to serve your fellow brethren. You may have a desire to share Jinvani. So there it is punya desire.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So pap desire is always now also suffering, and future also it is going to be dark only. But punya asra, punya desire could be, see what Jinvani says is the desire to do pap and punya both are suffering.
Right.
But when compared to Pap desire, Punya desire is good. It is going to keep you conditioned in a comfortable existence in another Gati.
Sure.
But are you wanting a comfortable stay in another Gati? And how long is that going to be? Throughout, no Jeev can be in Pap. Throughout, no Jeev can be in Punya. It is like the pendulum. Sometimes the pendulum will be on Punya side, then it will go on the Pap side. Sometimes you are on the Ashubh Gati, but you won't permanently be in Ashubh Gati. You will go to Punya, Shubh Gati. Permanently, you won't be in Shubh Gati. Again, you'll go back to Ashubh Gati. So Shubh Ashubh Bhav pendulum, the Jeev keeps swinging, and in Shubh Ashubh Gati, the Jeev keeps swinging. No Jeev will permanently be a terrorist. No Jeev will permanently be a sadhu. Because all these Shubh Ashubh Bhav, every Antar Muhurat, it keeps changing. Then you see the pendulum comes in the center, no? No Punya Bhav, no Pap Bhav. So that coming in the center, present moment is Samayik, Samata, Samabhav. That time you are not doing Shubh Bhav also, Ashubh Bhav also. That state of desirelessness. You live in that state for Antar Muhurat, 48 minutes. You will get Keval Gyan. That is Samayik. That practice only is Samayik and Paryushan. For that only we have these festival days. That enough of Shubh Ashubh Bhav, jumping like a monkey. Now Atma mein sthir ho jao. So Aham Aram means Atma mein sthir ho jao.
Sure. Sure. Thanks.
Got it?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we have finished analyzing Jnanavaran. Now the last bit of that is very, very important, of Jnanavaran Darshanavaran. So he says, Shayopsham is not the cause of suffering. Okay. Shayopsham is not the cause of suffering, but the desire, Shayopsham of Jnanavarana Darshanavaran is not the cause of suffering, but the desire to enjoy the Vishaya, the 5 sense pleasures, is the root cause of suffering. You may have the Kshayopsham of Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran. That is okay. You may know 14 Purva, you may not know 14 Purva. That is no condition for getting destruction of Mohniya Karma. The only reason is, the only prerequisite is desirelessness. And how will you get the desirelessness? By looking at the Gyayak Bhav. By looking at the Jnananand Swabhav Atma. That is when you are not doing any desires. And the more, that is samvar. Coming face to face with the pure soul, the Gyayak Bhav, and not taking to desires is samvar. Continuously taking to it is nirjara. Not coming out of it is moksha. It is like you want to get ready. You go and look at the mirror. Coming face to face, the mirror is samvar. You look at the mirror and you do your makeup correctly. Whatever was wrong on your face, you correct it. So whatever is wrong in the pure soul, all the 18 pap, 18 dosh, you correct it. So then beautiful beauty, then nirjara. And you keep enjoying that beauty, that is moksha. Understood another analogy? So coming face to face with the pure soul, Gyayak, Gyan. But our Gyan is always opening through the Indriyas outside. It wants to take things from outside. All our senses open outside. So our Gyan is focusing outside. So the Gyan focusing outside is what? Focusing outside is Moha. When that Gyan focuses inside, so that will happen when there is Upsham of Moha. And more you focus on the pure soul, more Upsham of Mohaniya Karma. So that will become Kshayopsham, and that eventually will become Kshayik. Got the 3 types of Samyak Darshan here? Okay, now
Yes,
we'll do Mohaniya Karma. So Mohaniya Karma, so here you have first Darshan Mohaniya Karma, and then you have the Charitra Mohaniya Karma. So I am going to do the Darshan Mohaniya Karma for you. And from Charitra Mohaniya Karma, I am going to allot to everybody to take up the Gandhar exercise from the Charitra Mohani and other karmas. So you all will pay attention how I am doing the Darshan Mohaniya Karma. Like that, you have to read and summarize the portions I give you. One page, half page, two pages, whatever it is. Okay, that way we will be doing this full chapter. I cannot cover the whole chapter. Then whatever you do the Gandhar, I will be adding things to that. And whatever you miss out over here, I will be completing. So 10 minutes each person will take to teach the portions I'm going to allot to all of you. So you all pay attention how I'm teaching the Darshan Mohaniya Karma. You don't have to read out. If you read out, I'll give you minus marks. Your Gandhar for 10 marks. Is it clear? From next week will be a holiday. Paryushan 1 day and Das Lakshan we will see. If you want off, we'll give you off. If you don't want off, we won't give you off. 2 classes will catch up extra later on. Or 1 class, whatever. Next week is a holiday. Uske baad 1 week you all can come. Das Lakshan you all do Swadhyay only. So Moksha Marg Prakashak we all can join in. Okay, so you all will come prepared. Now, Moha ka uday is dukh. How? How? He's going to tell us. So first of all, he says that darshan moha. What is darshan moha? Delusion. Delusion related to Gyan darshan is called darshan moha. Delusion related to conduct is called charitra moha. So like a mad person, no? Not mad person, a drunkard who is drunk. He cannot, his senses will not be working, no, properly. He'll be dancing and walking, all those kind of things. He'll be fanciful things he'll be doing, no. So and we all studied in Chaidhala. Moha Mahamad Piyo Anadi Bhool Aapko Bharmatvadi. Since Anadi Kal, our Jiva has consumed the wine of Moha. So it has, in that intoxication, it has forgotten its true self, and so it is wandering in the Chaturgati Sansara. And when will this Moha Madira Nasha will go? Only through 3 Nimit, Dev, Guru, Shastra. Dev, Shastra, Guru. Reading the Shastra, you understand the Vastu Swabhava Dharma, the Gyayak Swabhav Dharma, the Gyananand Swabhav Dharma. You understand, then the darshan moha intoxication will go. When that goes, only then the charitra moha intoxication will go. When both go, only then jnanavarana, darshanavarana, antaray will go. When all these 4 go, aghati will go. When all the 8 go, then the jeev resides permanently in the state of bliss and happiness eternally. Okay, friends. So just imagine somebody has put a person behind the bars. Somebody is imprisoned. He'll come out of the prison and will he shout, oh, I'm out of the prison. Oh, I've come out of the prison. Will he shout? No. It's a shame. Why were you in the prison in the first place? It's a shame that you landed in the prison. So the Char Gati is the prison. We have landed in the, not we have landed, since Anadi Kal, the Jeev is found in the prison of Char Gati. And who comes out of the Char Gati? The Arhats. So Arhats don't declare, oh yes, I've come out of the Gati. The Devtas declare that he has become an omniscient. Their Mohaniya is gone. Their Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya, Antara is gone. The Devtas create the samotion for them. The Devtas declare them. Not like Buddha, who proclaimed himself to be a Buddha. Okay, that's a different story altogether. So what they are telling over here is, ki since Anadi Kal, the Jeev is in Darshan Moha, because of this, it does not know the reality. It does not know the reality as it is. Truly speaking, friends, even we do not know the reality as it is, because that is a subject of experience. And now we are all in the intellectual exercise of it. But that intellectual exercise should lead to a spiritual practice of it. Practice matlab Gyan ki kriya. Okay. So here now they are giving the example of a mad person. Supposing somebody is totally mad and you give that person a mukut. Mukut means you all know mukkudai, not mukkudai. Tamil mein kya bolte hain?
Crown.
Crown. Tamil mein kya bolte hain crown ko?
Magudam.
Mukudam. Mukudam.
Mahudam. Mahudam. Magudam.
Oh, that is Prakrit.
There are many Tamil words and Prakrit words similarity.
Make a list of it, Shobha madam.
In
Make a
fact,
list of
I intended to do it. I lost count somewhere, and it's an amazing study, ma'am. In fact, if I could go back these 2 years of study, it will make a book dictionary of its own. Actually,
please work on it. Okay, you take some help of scholars and start working, somebody. Okay, so Mukut, and you give that Pagal Admi. Pagal Admi means that mad person. You give him all the king's robes and you give him a sword also. Give him a very sharp sword also. Now he's a totally mad person. So what he will do? He'll throw the crown somewhere. He'll tear the clothes and he will play with that sword and he may even harm himself. You understand what I'm saying? So now this Jiva, which does not know reality, is a mad person. And it has got the sword of Jinvani or any other sword, Indriya Visheka sword. So using it, it is harming its own self. It will bleed. The mad person can also bleed. So that is again making the Mohniya Karma even strong. So we got Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya ka Kshayopsham, but the Mohniya Kshayopsham was not there. So that Jnanavarniya, Darshanavarniya Kshayopsham caused self-harm. You know, that was the cause of self-harm. So now this madman, he thinks I control the world, but he doesn't control the world. He thinks I can do things, but he's not able to do things. So all these are mind games. See, our mind, our Gyan works in very, 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 very wrong ways. In spite of all the scientific and technological advancement we have today, is man safe and secure? Is mankind safe and secure?
no, ma'am.
Look at the war games happening worldwide. The rush in producing arms and ammunition worldwide. And in Acharang Sutra, Bhagwan says, don't play with fire. And man is literally playing with fire, building up arms and ammunition and justifying them. So we don't believe in two simple things. Bhagwan Mahavir said, Savve jivavi icchanti jivyum na mariju. All living beings desire to live, none wants to die. We believe I can kill others and I can live happily. You know, there was one very nice WhatsApp message. Listen to me, just 1 minute by the way. Somebody went to the garden and saw a mango tree. So who saw the mango tree? The eyes. Who wanted the mangoes? The mind or heart or whatever. Now the eyes won't travel. The legs traveled to the mango tree. Who plucked it? The hands plucked it. Who ate it? The mouth ate it. Who filled it? The stomach filled it. I mean, it was filled in the stomach. Now the gardener saw all these things. He gave a thrashing. So who got the thrashing? The back got the thrashing. And who started weeping? The eyes started. So who did the mistake first? The eyes only did the mistake. And who suffers in the end? The eyes only suffer. You understand? So everything will go around and come back to you. What you give out will come back to you eventually. So if man understands this simple logic, that if I'm causing suffering to others, suffering is going to come to me. And if I'm causing comfort to somebody, comfort will come to me. And I don't be the cause for anything. I don't come out of my pure soul. So I'm not sowing good seeds. I'm not sowing evil seeds. I'm not sowing any asra. So then only somewhere nirjara happens. And that leads to moksha. Very, very simple. Clear? So here you understood the this thing of they have given the analogy of the madman. So likewise, we have to understand that the jiva in his madness wants to control people, places, and things. But these are not going to be in their control. They are in the control of 5 Sambai. And according to Krambad, what is to happen, it will happen. Okay. So then he tries to control his wife, his children, his family, but they will not be under his control. But the desire to control is immense. For example, Ambani has got a threat. So even in spite of having so many access to so much of affluence, the threat is looming large on him. So is it not fear in him? Is there not a desire to live long, to live fearlessly, to live comfortably, to live forever? So with that desire, he's binding, what to say, 1000 Sagaropam Jitana, kya bole, Paap Punya Asra. Okay, so here Panditji is raising a question that if your children are obedient, if your family is obedient, if everything in the material world are according to your taste, why do you not call this as happiness? He's raising a question. Okay, why do you not say that that person is happy? For that, the answer is giving that your body, etc., your family, etc., will be according to your bhavitavya. Bhavitavya means predetermination, not according to you, not according to your desire. Okay, so it appears to be happiness, but it is not real happiness. And nobody can get access to all kinds of comforts all the time, at all the places. You get it? Today, your wife may be obedient and she may be loving and caring. Tomorrow, if she is paralytic, what will happen? I'll give you one example of one uncle and auntie. They are one Sahibji's parents. तब थोड़ा सा पानी पिला दो ना मुझे हाँ क्या चाहिए कोई भी ले लो ना नीचे से ले नीचे हाँ इसमें गर्मी लगेगी और कॉटन वाली ले लो हाँ ठीक है so साहिब जी मतलब साध्वी जी's parents, the mother was paralytic. Sahibji's mother was paralytic and bedridden for 8 years. And the father would look after the mother, including her menstrual problem and all, she was bedridden. So all service the father looked up to. Okay. Now the mother never recovered. She passed away. And now the father is in the ICU. He's also got a brain tumor and he's got clots and he's lost consciousness and he's also going through a very lean phase. And now the Sahibji, she is not able to concentrate on the studies. She doesn't turn up for the class. She didn't turn up for the class for 2-3 days. She was so mentally disturbed. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes the father was according to your thing, you were looking up to him, but now the father is going through a very bad phase. So the same father who was the cause of your pride and joy, because for him, not because of him, for him, you are going through mental agony. You understand? So the father is not telling you to go through, but you have attachment for the father, so you are going. So your father is not the cause of your mental agony. It's your attachment for him to him that is the cause of mental agony. And when Sahibji was sitting in the class, she understood this. She said, yes, it is my attachment for him. And then for what have I taken the Diksha? To conquer the moha, no. And silently, I am only taking up the moha. And then she immediately checked it and she was stable. You understand what I'm trying to say? So even though externally you have become a monk, but internally the monkhood, until and unless it creeps in, the monkey mind, the Mohaniya mind cannot be arrested. So how you have the roots of a tree which are holding to earth, with the earth very strongly, the Mohaniya roots are holding on strongly onto the Atma Pradeshas. The Atma Pradeshas are not aware of themselves. So it is because of the presence of this clot of Mohaniya karma. It's not a clot. There are many clots of Mohaniya karma. That is why we say karma bhu britam, mountains and mountains, heaps and heaps of karmas. But when you understand that I am a pure soul and these karmas are all external to me, the moha is external to me, that is when the darshan Mohaniya will be overcome. And after that darshan Mohaniya is overcome, your charitra, that is your akashai bhav, keeps ripening, and charitra moha keeps is checked. Understood, dear? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
this is why they have got all these healing techniques like Pratyakan and Pratikraman and also that people come back to the same thought processes of where they started actually.
But I'll tell you my observation, without understanding the deep concepts of Paramagam, that is Kunda Kunda's literature, the real Samaik Pratikraman you won't understand. What you will be doing is only a ritual of the Samaik Pratikraman. This I'm telling you out of my 35 years of experience. I'll tell you one thing, friends. Yesterday I had a call from a very gigantic person. He's a very big shot. I don't want to give his name. So he said that there are 5 aspects of Samyak Darshan. Samveg, Nirved, Anukampa, Astha. So those who are taking to spiritual studies are not taking to the Anukampa of other jeev. They are not running any social welfare projects. So Jainism will die in the hands of you Pandit people. You Munis and you Pandits, Jainism will die. You understand what I'm trying to say? And these Pandits tell us that if you don't know the real Jinvani, then the real Karuna you're not doing on your own self. And as your self is, so are all other jeev, you help them to enlighten, then that is real Karuna. You understand? So there are people who are talking about the very deep philosophy, but they don't have a social connect the way these philanthropists have. So ज्ञान दूर क्रिया भिन्न है, इच्छा पूरी क्यों हो मन की. So what we are talking is Gyan, but the Kriya is not matching that Gyan. And what Kriya they are doing is not matching with the Samyak Gyan. You understand? So he says, okay, we will take to all these philanthropic projects and we will go to Narak, you go to Swarg and you go to Moksha. He had a dialogue with all these Pandits. He lives in Jaipur. I don't want to tell his name, is a very big name. And then he said, there are 5 divisions of Samyak Darshan, Samveg, Nirved, Anukampa, Astha. He's caught hold of Anukampa. He says only Anukampa is important. Don't talk of Atma and all. Bhagwan Mahavir's philosophy is do Anukampa for all the jeev. Help all other jeev. I said, okay. Then what are the other 4? Samveg, Nirved, Astha. What is that? He says, don't talk tall things. Do groundwork. I said, look, listen to me. From the Siddhant point, listen, now I want your discussion on this. From the Siddhant point of view, Punya is heya, discardable. But from the Vyavahar point of view, Punya is to be taken up. Punya is taken up. Like for example, I'm teaching you all in the class. Is this not a Punya activity? But
Yes,
will
ma'am.
this Punya get me moksha? No. So in my Siddhant, in my understanding, it should be clear that talking, teaching is all asrav. Shubh asrav. And asrav will only condition me again in the material world. It will not lead to liberation. My understanding about this should be clear, first of all. I cannot take up spiritual absorption. I take up to the scriptural study and reinforce the value in me, the value for self-absorption. If that attitude is correct, this activity of punya will lead to more punya. Punyanu bandhi punya, which will bring me on the right track of spiritual absorption if my Gyan, Darshan, determination is right. So I was trying to tell him that punya, pap both come under asra. So from Siddhant point of view, from the philosophy point of view, all philanthropic activities are not upade. But we are social animals. So we are all living in a society. From the society, we take so much of clothes. From the trees, we take so much of paper, so much of medicine, so much of food. Is it not our duty to plant the trees again? So humans are giving so much to you. Is it not your duty to give back to the humans? You don't need Jain philosophy for this. It's a common sense that you have to be humane. You have to be caring. You have to be sharing. You have to give food to the needy. You have to give clothes to the poor. You don't need Jain philosophy for this. It's basic common sense, which is not common today. I just tried to tell him that. Then he said, oh, you are maintaining 2 accounts. From the Siddhant this, from Vyavahar this. It is like having an IT company accounts. Accounts for IT company is different, and private ke liye another set of accounts. This is called Farjiwada. You know, Farjiwada, all fraud. So he says, I don't take your philosophy. Now you friends tell me what is right and wrong in this discussion. I told you 2 sides. Yes, Shobha madam.
Ma'am, one of the 14 characteristics of Tirthankar is Prabhavna. He also preached. That means he's to talk, to tell others, to preach is, then it should be just a punya karya, no? But he didn't do it in that sense. It's one of his duties to do that. And Prabhavna is one of the characteristics of a person who's conquered all his karmas, agadi karmas, right? I mean, gati karmas.
Continue. I'm listening to you.
So where does punya come in this Prabhavna actually? It's.
See here, what is the meaning of the word Prabhavana? Prabhava. See here, listen to me very carefully. This I take from Panditji's lectures. He's giving very beautiful lectures on Prabhavana right now. Go and listen to them. Okay. Prakrishta Bhava is called Prabhavana. You are influenced, inspired, motivated by the pure soul thought. That is Prabhavana. Prabhavana always happens inside. You are not able to contain that bhav inside, or you are not able to commit yourself to that utkrishta bhav inside. So you come out and you share that thought with others. So that is also apavad mein, vyavahar mein called prabhav. You understand? You understand? You are impressed with you are having the prakrishta. Prakrishta means highest kind of udasin bhav, vairagya bhav, detachment ka bhav, gyata drashta bhav. Inside only prabhavna happens. See, you take the Samyak Darshan ke 8 ang, Nishankit, Nishkankshit, and the last is 8th prabhavna. When we will read Purushartha Siddhyupai in the 3rd year, you will know the exact meaning of prabhavna over. If you have that book, go and read it. The 8 aspects of Samyak Darshan, they are all related to pure soul only, from the Nishchay point of view. From the Vyavahar point of view, there are many implications of it. You understood, dear? Prabhavana means what? You and I to date have not been impressed by the pure soul. So the Prabhavana has not happened inside. So Samyak Darshan has not happened. You understood?
So when the acharyas and upadhyayas do this Prabhavana, it's one of the qualifications of them. Na? We study the qualities of acharya and upadhyaya. So and Prabhavana is part of this. So that is not the same.
See here, acharya means even if the teacher is not teaching, it simply comes and stands in the class. The students are inspired to be quiet, no? So the Prabhavana has happened, no? They have all got the message, now it's time to be quiet. So the teacher did not talk only. So the mere presence of Aryan Bhagwan can become a cause of understanding my pure soul inside, and Prabhavana may have happened even though they have not uttered a word. You understand? And even if they are uttering the word and they are teaching, I'm not able to understand. So they are doing the Prabhavana, but the Prabhavana is not happening inside. So they will only get punya out of it. And Tirthankar Bhagwan, they are Tirthankars. No Tirthankar intentionally talks. Automatically the Bhasha Vargana Pudgal come out of them according to their Dravya Kshetra Kalbhav. According to the Pudgal that are to come out, mechanically they will be coming out. No Tirthankar intentionally talks because the man is, the man has dropped. What is operating is only Gyan Darshan Atma over there. It's only the operation of the pure soul that is happening in Aryan Bhagwan. But from the Agati Karma point of view, the Agati Karma are still there. The Bhasha Vargana Pudgal bondage is still there. So that will be shedding. Nirjara is happening for them. No Tirthankar intentionally talks. Okay, like how you and I intentionally do upvas. Today one upvas, tomorrow two upvas. Like that Rishabdev Bhagwan did not do Varshita. सहज में उनके सब होता है. सहज में the Bhasha Vargana Pudgal come out. They have no intention to talk or not to talk. They are beyond all intentions and desires. Okay, Shobha madam. Anybody,
ma'am.
any other question?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel also, now if he is doing Prabhavna, like it's like a parigraha. So in this, all these are like the pillars of or the poles of a bed. And if you pull one, others will slowly automatically come.
Yes. Yes.
They will come towards you. Not today, then tomorrow. Slowly you're moving in that direction.
Yes. Yes. So gold and brass, they look the same. Pittal ko brass bolte hai na? They look the same. But you know that gold, the qualities of gold are different, the qualities of brass are different. So likewise, darshan gyan, mithya darshan, mithya gyan, they look the same. And both are darshan. But the right understanding is not there, means it is mithya darshan. Okay. Yeah. So now there's a very important point on page number 51. Please mark it. Last paragraph. This Sanni Panchendriya. Panchendriya means the five sensed beings. Sanni means with mind. You had? ले लिया, उसने लिया. आप जाओ मैं देख. इसको पूछ लो ना, कुछ चाहिए तो मुझे बोलो. दोनों. ठीक. Bye. Sorry, dear. Sorry. So the five sensed beings with mind, if they take to Tattva Nishchay means determination of reality, okay, then they can get rid of this Darshan Moha. But if they are Sanni Panchendriya, but they have fallen in the hands of Kudev, Kuguru and Kudharma, they are away from reality. Then what happens? They will be taking to more of Grahita Mithyatva. Their Atattva Shraddhan becomes strong. With great difficulty, they came to the five sensed Pariyai. They should have understood reality. See, we are all rational animals. We have to rationalize and understand the self, the non-self, reality, path of bondage, path of liberation, etc. But we never rationalized. We thought Allahu Akbar is right, Brahma is right, Vishnu is right, Bhakti is right, Dan is right, Punya is right. So our faith in Atattva has become strong. That will take us back to Nigot. You murder somebody, that is not the cause of Nigot. You have murdered the right understanding by taking to the firmness of the wrong understanding. That takes you back to Nigot. So understand how important it is to check the Darshan Moha, how important it is to understand the nature of Gyan, the nature of desire, the nature of happiness. In the absence of the determination of these things, we land in Nigot. Eventually, not immediately, maybe not in few births, but ultimately, eventually we'll go back there. And when we will come out of it, we do not know. So first of all, what is important is determine the nature of reality. Understand who you are, what you are doing, what you are supposed to do, what is Bhagwan's Agya. Okay, so then he says that, so without knowing the reality, he is doing the Viparita. We have the three causes, no? Sanshaya, Viparyaya. So he's in the Viparyaya state only. He's never doubted the nature of reality. So Bhagwan says, doubt it and then understand it. Have the logic first. See, you should question anything and everything. But what kind of questions we do? Whether Jainism is right or not, whether Murti Pujak is right or not, whether Digambar is right or not. The reality that Bhagwan is telling, logically understand it, then accept it, then it is pratiti, then absorb in it. See, a doctor first studies all big books, then he goes to the operation table and operates. Without studying the big books, without mastering them, he says, come, give me your heart, I'll operate it. I'll open my book and then I will operate it. So as you're doing the operation of dhyan, that time you don't read the books. You must have read the books, you must have mastered them. And now in dhyan, it is the operation of separating the gyan from the gye, the gyan from the rag, the body from the soul. That time you can't sit and open the books. You understand? So no Nirgranth Muni will carry a book in the forest. Nirgrantha, aparigrahi they are. Because any moment, any Upsarg Parisha can come and they may be dying if they don't know the art of Sallekhana. You understand what it means to be a Jain? Okay. Now what he's telling next is Kadachit. Maybe you get the contact of Sudev, Suguru, Sushastra. Okay. But you are not determining the nature of reality. You got Priya ma'am, you got Parmagam, you got Swanubhuti ma'am, you got Bharil Saab, you got Sumat Prakash ji, you got Aryan Siddh Bhagwan. But you are only intellectually listening and you're happy about it, but you're not sitting and experiencing it. So until then, you are a Tattva Shraddhani. Okay. Then supposing in that, by taking to all these things, you know, Dev Shastra Guru, you are having Manda Kashai and you think that Manda Kashai is Dharma. That Manda Kashai ko humne Dharam maan liya. So again, we are a Tattva Shraddhani. And then we will go to Devalok. And after Devalok, we'll again land back in Nigur. Okay. Then he says that Anadi, since Anadi Kal, all objects operate according to their Vyavastha, according to their nature. Nobody is under anybody. Your senses are not under your control. Your mind is not under your control. Your family cannot be under your control. Your government cannot act according to you. Everything acts according to their own Vyavastha, Krambadha Vyavastha. So we are going to have one paper, Krambadha Paryay. According to that Krambadha, all the Vyavasthit things, Vyavasthit means all things take place. Okay. So you are wanting to interfere in their operation and working. That is Mithya Darshan. That is your ego. Oh, you should do as I tell. This should happen the way I tell. So that is your tall ego. Why do you impose your ideas and thoughts on others? I would say to myself, shut up and sit down quietly and experience the Arhathood in you. And get Samyak Darshan, get Keval Gyan, and get lost from this material world. You're lost in one place means you're present in some other place. So you be present in your Atma, you will be lost to the material world. There's no other way. Lost matlab chucked out of it, or you get yourself liberated from it. It's the same thing, but spoken in different ways. Okay, now last paragraph of Darshan Mohaniya, he says, how the things are, Vastu ka jaisa swarup hai. According to that, if we get the Shraddhan, then all our suffering will cease. Oh, this was the reality of this moment. I accept it, then there is no desire, there's no suffering. You are not able to accept that reality. You want to change it according to your modes. It is not going to change. Why do you sow the seeds of desire and reap suffering now and later? Be wise, be smart. Don't sow the seeds of desire. Be happy. Accept the reality. Accept things as they are. So all this is your mind game that wants things to be under its control. Now you have awakened your Gyan Chetana. You are not bothered about the Karma Chetana, Karma Phala Chetana. Whatever Karma Phala is to happen, let it happen. What Karma is to happen, let it happen. I am the Gyan Chetana. I am only a knower and seer. I cannot control anything. I cannot do anything. I am an Akarta. I am only a Gyata Drashta. बहुत मेहनत लगती है. This is real Purusharth. This is real Purusharth. Okay. So here he is telling there is a person who is deluded and he wants to bring a dead man to life. He wants to bring a dead man. He wants to give life to a dead man. Is it possible? So that dead man is dead. That Paryaya is dead. How can you give life to it? In the same way, your children, your family, your kith and kin are acting according to that Paryaya. So it is not going to act according to you. Why are you working on it? Let go. See, today in the temple, no, Sahibji had written a very nice thing on the board. For small problems, let go karo. Or badi problems, let God karo. Choti samasya, let go karo. Badi samasya, let God karo. Let God karo matlab surrender to the Gyayak Bhav. God is that Gyayak Bhav. Surrender to that. Everything will happen. Okay. So he says that accept the dead man as a dead man. And then where you'll have the desire to bring him to life. So accept that Paryaya as it is. This moment, this Paryaya was to happen. It happened according to that. This moment, that 1 liter of milk had to spill and fall. Accept it. Instead of brooding why it happened, oh my God, why were you careless, blah, 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 blah. See, initially when I did not know so much of Jainism, even I would react. But now that I'm applying it, if something happens, I'll immediately say, let go, this was to happen, so it happened. The entire Brahmand energy was at work when that 1 liter of milk was to spill or 1 liter of water was to spill. So according to that only it happened. So why should I spoil my mind? Accept it, let go, karo. You're not going to get back that spoiled milk. Let go, karo. We don't want to let go, na? We want to hold on to it. So that is only asakti. That is only parigraha. That is only desire. That is only suffering. You let go, karo. No suffering, no desire. Acceptance, krambadha. Moksha ka marg, dhire dhire you become tolerant. Understood, dear? How all these things are interlinked? Okay. So here he says, Mithya Drishti does not know the nature of reality. He wants things to act according to his whims and fancies. So he is ever in a state of suffering, mental suffering, spiritual bankruptcy. And if he knows the reality and he accepts them as it is, then he can get rid of suffering. Now, one very important line, please mark it. Page number 52, paragraph number 3, above the Charitra Moha, last line. Brahm janit dukh ka upay, Brahm dur karna hi hai. Very important point. So, Brahm janit dukh, the suffering is born out of delusion. And that suffering can go only when the delusion goes. In the Vedanta philosophy, they give the example of Maya and the, the illusion of the snake in the rope. In the night, when you get up, you see a snake-like thing and you mistake it to be a snake. It's a rope-like thing, but you mistake it to be a snake and you're fearful. Oh my God, the snake has come, and you panic. And then immediately you switch on the light and you see there's no snake. So the moment you realize there's no snake and it is only a rope, your fear went off. Fear went off, so no suffering. So likewise, you accept the reality as it is. Switch on the light of Samyak Darshan, Gyan, Charitra. See the snake as snake, rope as rope. Every Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav, according to their paryay only they act. मैं किसी का कुछ करता धरता नहीं हूँ. I am only a knower and seer. Detach. And whatever is expected of you, do it thinking it is your karma uday. That it is your karmic debt that you have to repay. And then you get detached and you be in your own self. Now you see nothing in the world can be the cause of your suffering. Even if an earthquake happens, even if corona happens, even if cancer happens, this is the reality of this moment. And you remain detached. You remain Gyata Drashta Bhav. Then your Darshan Mohaniya will be conquered. So once this Darshan Mohaniya is conquered, you know the reality. Only then the Charitra Mohaniya, the Kashai and the no Kashai will go. That is what is the next segment of the chapter. Okay. So I will close with this Darshan Moha. Now I'll request the team leader to kindly make note of things. Even I'll make note of things. Come with my pen. Yes, please note down. Instead of you telling what you will do, I will tell you what to do. Because in the Friday class, I tried to tell them, you tell, it was all chaos. So now we'll have it over here. Saurabh, your name is there in the list first. The last time you gave the exams, no? That oral, that list I'm having. So if you're not doing, you have to tell me you're not doing it. Don't keep me waiting later on. So Saurabh will do Charitra Mohaniya Kashai part.
Okay, ma'am.
Then I have Shobha's name. So I'm writing over Saurabh here, Kashai. Shobha madam, you will be there. You're on mute.
I'm back on 13th. So the Sunday after that, I will be there.
Okay. So next Sunday, we are concluding with August month. Then first, I think we will have Saurabh doing it. After that, Shobha madam can do the no Kashai part.
What will be the length of presentation, ma'am?
10 minutes.
Okay.
You don't have to read from the book. You have to read and make your points and explain the points, covering the whole chapter. Not the whole chapter, that portion. So
would that be at the start of the session or end of the session?
We will start with your session and then I'll continue with the discussion on it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So you have to come prepared. So Kashai, I'm giving to Saurabh page number 52 to 54 upar ka part. Then 54 no Kashai is Shobha madam.
Ma'am, give me the one after that, ma'am, because I won't be available on net.
Okay. Then Paras bhai, can you do no Kashai?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay, so Paras bhai, aapka number hai page number 55. 54, 55 ka upar ka part.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so no Kashai se avasthaएं hoti hain. Then the third part, I would like to give it to Shobha madam.
Yes, ma'am.
55, 56, 57 half. Okay. 55, 56, 57 का half.
Okay.
55 में से second paragraph. यहाँ ऐसा विचार आता है. From there you have to summarize. Next, I would like to give to Rita. Rita, are you there? Hello. Rita is not there. Okay. Doesn't matter. Who will take Antaray Karma? Padma Priya?
Yes, ma'am.
Antaray Karma.
Yes, ma'am. Will do, ma'am.
Antaray Karma. Then Vedaniya Karma, I'll give to Rajal.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you just, can I have the English page also?
Somebody
Vedaniya
take
Karma is 79. Page number 79 for Vedaniya Karma.
79.
79. Okay.
It is 3 pages, Rajal.
Okay.
3 pages. Okay. Then I will give to Aarti. Ayu Karma.
Okay, ma'am.
Ayu
Karma.
Naam Gotra. Ayu Naam Gotra.
All three, ma'am. Okay.
All 3 you do.
10 minutes, ma'am.
Yes, 10 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Then I will have Kapil. Kapil, are you there? Kapil.
Yes, ma'am.
Kapil will do
Confirm.
Ekendriya Jeev Ke Dukh.
Done, ma'am.
This
Sure.
is your Gandhar test portions.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your Gandhar test portions. Okay. Ekendriya Jeev Ka Dukh is how many pages? Page number 62, half, 63, 64. Okay. 62, 63, 64. You people want to interchange among yourselves, do it. I have no issues. Then I will give to Malati Madam, Vikalendriya. Malati Madam, Ram Sir. Hello.
Yes,
Vikalendriya, only half page, Madam.
Vikalendriya. Okay.
Ma'am,
Then-
ma'am.
Yes, Ram Sir, you don't talk to me, Ram Sir. You did not give your oral exam for the past.
No, I won't give. Ma'am, myself and Malti going to US on the September 7th, ma'am.
So,
So we won't be available, ma'am, for a month or two.
okay, so I will take away Vikalendriya from her. Malarvili Madam, you will do Ekendriya. Even Malarvili Madam should not talk to me. What, Malar Madam?
Madam, what
I'm
madam?
angry with you and Ram Sir.
No, madam. Second.
It's a emotional fight between mother and son, madam. No problem.
Okay. Now, வீட்டு கதையெல்லாம் இங்க பேச வேண்டாம் நம்ம.
Ma'am, second semester, you won't give any mark for Ganadhar. I was doing 14 Gunastha and Bhavabhashan also. But I see I saw the Moodle app. There is no mark in the Ganadhar, second semester.
How can that be?
I don't know, ma'am.
No.
Of course.
All given, dear. Okay, I'll tell Kapil to check it.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll
For
tell
second
Kapil to-
semester,
Okay,
Then
ma'am.
why you did
Yes,
not-
ma'am.
for the last one.
Malar Madam, second
Okay.
semester marks all given. 13 I have given.
No, ma'am. In the Moodle app, there is no mark.
Team leaders, please.
I will check it, ma'am. I will check.
Team leaders, please address this issue. Then third semester, you have not given any oral test.
At the third semester, I won't give, ma'am.
Why,
I-
madam?
No, ma'am. There is no time.
No time. 3 minutes time kuda ungalku 6 months la kadikliyo.
No, ma'am. Every week I want to tell something, but the time is over. So only
You can personally call me up and give no.
okay, ma'am. From
What,
hereafter,
madam?
hereafter I will do. Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
One
So-
question. Okay, ma'am, when do we have to do our Gandhar?
As and when we keep coming to that portions. Not everybody should do every class. Supposing I finish Charitramo, then I'll tell the Kashai people to come. Then next jo order hai wohi order mein chalenge. So you should be ready when your order comes. Okay. Not everybody will perform in one class. Okay, now Malar Madam, you will do Vikalendriya and Asanni Panchendriya.
Vikalendriya or Sani Panchendriya.
Half page only, madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Somebody tell her the page number, no, in English.
Sani
Page number 65 in Hindi. In English, it will be around 78 or something.
Padmapriya, please tell me.
80 or something. Okay. Then Jayanti Devi, can you take Sangi Panchendriya? Jayanti Devi. are you
89
there?
for Malar, ma'am.
89. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sangi Panchendriyama, 5 sense beings with mind. They are suffering.
That is also 89, ma'am. 89 to 91.
So who will do this? Jayanti Devi. Please put it to Jayanti Devi. Tiryanch Gati ke dukh. Mahendran sir. Tiryanch Gati. Okay. Manushya Gati ke dukh. I'll give it to Guna madam. Manushya Gati ke dukh.
Yes, ma'am.
Then Umeshini Dev Gati.
Ma'am.
Umeshini Dev Gati.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Then Moksha Sukh, Sonal Javeri. Moksha Sukh, Sonal Javeri. And summarization of the whole lesson or Moksha Sukh second part will be done by Minoti. So these are the people who took the assignment and LCPS in the last class. So I have distributed it here. Anybody else who wants to give their name, we will take it in the 4th chapter. Class is over for today. Anybody has any questions can ask.
Ma'am, I have one doubt, ma'am.
Bolo.
Without any Virat, at the time of Sallekana, we will go to Devlok, or it is possible? You told no, at the time of death, all of them should take Sallekana. But somebody asked me, I'm not doing any Virat and darshan, everything. But shall I go to, at the time of death, I will take the Sallekana, shall I go to Devlok?
Yeah, with Sallekana, you will go to Devalok. But without Sallekana also, you can go to Devlok, but you'll go to a lower Devlok.
Oh.
You'll go to a lower Devlok.
Yeah,
and at the time of Sallekana, if you are having lot of Kashai, you may also go to lower Gati.
Lower Gati. Narak. Okay.
Yeah, anywhere you can land up according to your bhav.
Without any tap and Virat also, ma'am, we can go to
Malar madam.
No,
Malar madam, in MA Genealogy, you studied the 4 causes for
correct,
4
ma'am.
Gati,
Yes,
no?
yes,
According to the bhav, they will go.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
That is the only answer.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yes, anybody else?
Ma'am, I have a question about what you said, reflection in the mirror. You said if you, I mean, the simile you gave, you look into the mirror and then you correct yourself with whatever flaws you see in the mirror kind of thing. And what you said was that anything that you put makeup and correct it. But in this case, when you're looking into yourself in the mirror and while correcting the flaws, if we follow the simile, you're making use of the external things, no, of
Makeup and products.
Yeah, yeah. So then how does the simile work over there?
So here the external things are the philosophy you learn from the Dev Guru Shastra. The application of that philosophy is the nimit, which happens inside. See, you understand the gyan and the gye. You don't get carried away by the gye. You focus on the gyan. So how are you able to focus? With the help of the Dev Guru Shastra. Paramatma is doing this, the gurus are doing this, this is their sermon, so I am following it. So the prabhavna happens inside.
And the second one you were saying, this music and all the other things are sensual pleasures. I know we discussed this 2 years ago, but my understanding then and today, I want a better understanding. When we are singing songs in adoration of the Bhagwan and things like that, and this singing is done why? I mean, is it for the pleasure of pleasing oneself or pleasing the Bhagwan, or these songs which we sing and or even we write poetry about them? Aren't these the sensual pleasures that come out of the desire?
Very good. Very, very, very nice question. A very matured question coming from a very matured mind. definitely these all come under Shubha Bhav. So whether it is Ashubha Bhav or Shubha Bhav, both are Indriya Vishaya only. Both are Indriya Vishaya. So once you have studied Jainism thoroughly, you know that it is Shubha Bhav and it is Heya. Heya means it is not acquirable. But when you are going on the path of moksha, these bhav will emerge stronger and stronger. See, you are not able to absorb in the pure soul. You don't want to go to the Ashubh Bhav. You have no other thing but to do the Shubh Kriya. But you do the Shubh Kriya with the Shubh attitude that it is falling short of moksha marg. But you can't but help to do it. Like, for example, a child wants to be a great cricket player. He wants to be, he's practicing, but 24/7 he cannot be practicing. So what he will do, he will be watching the videos of cricket players and he'll be adoring them, so that he absorbs more and more motivation, and again he does the more practice, and then he comes closer on the path of moksha. So that adoration will increase as you progress on the pathway of moksha. Your Shubh Kriya will increase, because of which only you go to higher Devlok. You go up to Sarvartha Siddha Viman. You understand? The Shubh Kriya will increase, and then one final day the Shubh Kriya will stop and you will absorb in the pure soul. But first, the determination that absorption in the pure soul is dharma, and to be out of the pure soul is all adharma, whether it is Shubh or Ashubh. See, even a Nigod Jeev is Sansari, and even Ariyant is Sansari. There are only two divisions of Jeev, Sansari and Siddha. Siddha, they are beyond all Ghati, Agati karma. But Ariyant is also Sansari. But the difference between a Nigod Sansari and Ariyant Sansari is tremendous difference, no? He's on this side of the seashore, and this person is drowned in the shore, in the sea of transmigration. Both are Sansari. So this is also a Shubh Bhav, this is also Shubh Bhav, but this Shubh Bhav is like the fan that is running to stop. Provided you have determined that it is Heya. Like, I'm teaching you this class, I know that this is not going to lead me on the path of moksha. I have to practice according to what I'm teaching and what Bhagwan is preaching. Then it's okay, fine. But if I keep telling, no, what I'm teaching, I'll get moksha by it, zero.
That's
Zero
Mithya.
marks for this understanding. So your understanding has to be right.
Okay.
Then only your kriya will be right. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Thank
That's
you,
a
ma'am.
very good
Can
question.
we
Thank you,
compare
ma'am.
this with a... Okay.
Bolo.
So, ma'am, can we compare this with a person who is climbing a mountain and he can't, take the flight of steps immediately or on one go? So he is taking a little rest. So in that, can we compare that with that? Instead of climbing down, he is taking rest and do some songs about the Arhant and Siddh, and then doing
Yes.
some poems, writing poems.
Very
I'm
good.
thinking like
Very
Like
good. He's not
taking a
able to
little
climb the stairs now. So he's resting and he's singing the glory of people who have climbed it, so that he gets
Yeah.
the energy to climb further.
getting himself
Good, very
motivated
good
to do.
analogy. Yes, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Yes, anybody else? That's it for today. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank
Michami
you,
Dukram
ma'am.
for.
Jai
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai
Jai Next week, Paryushan, Michami Dukdam in advance.
Michami Dukram. ma'am.
Michami Tukudam, ma'am.
Prayer, madam.
Yeah, do it, ma'am. Malar, ma'am.
You can tell.
Yeah, somebody can do it.
Hmm.
ஆனா மேம் நீங்க நல்லா பண்ணலாம் மேடம், டவுட்டே இல்ல.
அது சரி, கரெக்ட் தான். எனக்கு இந்த பிரேயர் என்னன்னு தெரியலையே. முதல்ல மோட்சமா
நம்ம பண்ற பிரேயரே பண்ணுங்க. திங்கள் மும்மாறி பேச திருவரம் வளர்க செங்கோல் நஞ்சினது அரசனல்வே நாடெல்லாம் விலக மற்றும் எங்குள்ள அறத்தினோரும் இனிது ஒழி வாழ்க எங்கள் உங்கவன் பயந்த மெய்நூல் புகழ்வதே பொலியமைக்கே. சமய தர்ஷனம் ஜெய ஜினேந்திர.
ஓகே.
Jai Jinendra.